All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our next match of the International Day of People with Disability 2018 APFA Championships. We have WA versus Victoria, and I'm one of your commentators, Ben Keat, joined by Tristram Peters from Queensland Cyclones. But before we get away under the game, I would like to ask, do you have time for a new power chair? Our gold sponsor, Power Mobility, has over 40 years experience, so you can trust their friendly, helpful team. To book a free trial, please visit powermobility.com.au, or you can visit their stand here at the Championships. Thank you. So now we are underway with Victoria and WA. WA are attacking quite heavily already into the box. Tristram, what are you expecting from this match?
Look, I think WA after their first game, they'll probably get their combinations a little bit stronger, so I'm really expecting them to start opening up those channels and getting a bit of passing movement. And Victoria, they were unlucky in their previous game, so I think if they lock in their defence, they should, put their best foot forward as well.
They were definitely, and I think the ball has gone out there for a corner kick to Western Australia. I'm very excited about looking at the Victorian player Matthew Mellows. Bit of a future player here, I think, for maybe even Australia. He plays at Western Sydney Wanderers, so see what he can do.
I was really impressed with him earlier. He's fantastic. Had a great local season, I believe. So,
WA with a shot. Beautifully saved by Jules Northcombs. Craig Kilby against Jesse McCarthy. Craig shooting the ball off quite nicely there.
That's some great defence by Jules Northcombs.
Jules is quite new to the strike force. Tristram, what does it take to really adjust to a power wheelchair such as a strike force?
Yeah, I think it's just the agility is really surprising as we see a shot.
Oh, beautiful save there.
Shot by Justin Newman there, but I really think that the strike force takes a couple of months to get used to, just due to the agility and the G-forces that it throws people through. But that's a lovely save by Craig on the goal line.
And then Jules with a beautiful interception out to Mellows. Jesse McCarthy rounds him up quite easily there. Jesse McCarthy dribbling into the box against Jules.
All close to a 2-on-1 there as well, but
and Evans with the shot, and it gone wide for a goal kick out to Victoria. Tristan, what have you seen in the first 2.5 minutes of this match?
Well, look, I really think that WA have the territory in the possession, and they'll be looking to convert their chances soon because they're really very much dominating. Jesse McCarthy pushes up after a miss-hit.
Jules Northcomb's miss-hits there, really inviting WA for attacking forward pressure there. Evans against James Northcombs. Down the far wing. And beautifully intercepted by Jules. It's gone out for a WA ball. Really, really good early start here from WA. Jason McCarthy directing his team around. Goes for the free hit. Goes near post. And it's just missed. Out for a corner kick.
That's some nice heads-up play by McCarthy. He sort of saw that there weren't too many options, so he went for the post and, wasn't a goal, but corner kicks are the next best result.
And not a bad save there by Victoria as well. McCarthy again with the corner off the post. Rebounds, play on. Jules Northcombs up the line. And Evans comes over. This is about the first time we've seen Victoria really break into their attacking half here. Matthew Mellows taking the sideline. Looks for Jules.
Nice
what a
ball.
hit there. What a ball. Bit unfortunate there that Jules Northcombs couldn't get on the end of that.
And that's probably him still adjusting to his strike force that, he can get there a little bit quicker. He's used to the older chair, but he's going to get used to that pace and be able to catch those in future.
Indeed. And a miss hit there by McCarthy. Mellows capitalises with a shot into the box. Saved there by Dylan Needham. Needham against Mellows. Mellows. Against Needham. Oh, bit lucky to get away with that contact there. Mellows a shot and Mellows scores! What a goal by Matthew Mellows in the 5th minute of the first half. Tristram, on replay here, what do we have?
We have Mallows beautifully splitting the defence. I think he feinted just ever so slightly. Jesse opened up just a bit too much and Mallows made the most of that chance, the first chance for Victoria. And hopefully WA don't drop their heads a bit too much because they've really been dominating. But, you know, first time Victoria got down there, they scored.
And returning to live play now, Mellows again on the attack. Saved by Needham. Here's McCarthy on the breakaway now. Matthew Mellows in pursuit. Coming over, and what a covering defence that was. Now Matthew Mellows is not only quite new to Pouchy football, but also new to actually being in a wheelchair as he suffered an accident only 2 years ago. So massive adjustment for Matt, but really, really showing his potential here. WA with the hit in. Miller's getting a beautiful interception. Needham playing an attacking role as the goalkeeper.
I've really been impressed by Needham's goalkeeping today. He's been very aggressive coming out and smothering the chances, and he's won the ball there, and that's just fantastic aggressive goalkeeping.
Referee having trouble with the ball there. Carter with a big hit. Blocked out by Jules. Unfortunately hit it straight into his own player there in Matthew Mellows. WA once again attacking.
That's a nice touch.
James Northcombs. McCarthy comes around. Just waiting to draw defender. Beautiful step there. Dribbling into the box. Jules Northcombs. Jules Northcombs goes for the risky ball in the box. And it is beautifully finished there by WA. Not quite sure of the number of that player there.
That's Justin Newman, who's scored his first goal of the tournament, I believe, and that's some fortunate clearance by North Coombs, and Newman absolutely slotted it perfectly. That's some nice reward from their early pressure in the first 10 minutes.
That really was a clinical finish that just had to be made. Jules Northcombs with the ball. Jesse on the attack. And the ball is a WA ball.
And we should explain to our viewers at home that the reason that's gone to WA is that Jesse was on the outside of the court. So the refs had judged that he was trying to keep that ball in, hence the WA sideline hit.
Well read there from Victoria, but it's just given WA a very, very dangerous position here to score. Can McCarthy size it up? He does. Goes for near post. Saved there by Kilby. Going out for a corner kick to WA. Victoria really have to make sure they block this one out. Sorry, Tristram.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that WA really rebounded well from that first Victorian goal and are back into it. And here's another fantastic opportunity for them.
Newman with the corner. Newman to McCarthy. Mellows in the box. Mellows was very, very lucky to get away with that. Should have been 3 in the box from Victoria there, but referee missed that one.
It's a hard task with so many chairs driving around. It's sometimes even the slightest little bit of guard can be missed by the ref jumping into that box.
It is. We saw that in the previous match. The referee actually getting in the way. Shot here by McCarthy. All saved by Kilby on the line. And McCarthy goes with the back end. It is a goal to Jesse McCarthy, making the score WA 2, Victoria 1. And Tristram on the replay, Jules Northcombs just got really crossed up here, didn't he?
I think Jesse did a nice little fake and then brought it back behind him. And again, such a confident finish and WA are really putting a great performance in now. We've got 10 minutes left in the first half, so I'm sure they'll be wanting to continue mounting that pressure.
And we have a Victoria making it their first substitution here as well. So we'll see if this substitute really makes a good impact here.
Chris Caceres had a really good impact in his first game. He, as you can see, is in his day chair, which is a six-wheeler, so he doesn't have the same manoeuvrability as his strike forces, but he had some nice punches and some nice touches to the ball, and as you said, Benny will be looking at making a similar effect now.
Indeed. McCarthy with a missed time. Mellows with the interception. Needham again out. Very attacking goalkeeper. Goes on the inside of Mellows. Oh, bit of contact there. Played advantage, I think. Jules North Coombs takes over. Jules North Coombs. There's no one in the box for Victoria. And it has rolled through. And Dylan, the goalkeeper from WA, with a length of the field run, finishing that one off. Tristan, what happened here?
I think, sadly, Craig just didn't have the support. Justin Newman had blocked Julesy out from getting back to assist. And Dylan with a very, very good finish. Craig Kilby couldn't get to the post in time. And we're now 3-1, so WA really, really making the most of their chances now.
3-1, as Tristan just said, with only 8.5 minutes to go of first half. Tristan, where do you see Victoria turning this around? Who do you think really needs to get involved to try and get them back into the match before half time?
Well, we saw Mallows with a brilliant goal in the first few minutes, and I would love to see him drop just a little bit deeper, because I think that's where he does his best work, but I wonder if that will be a change that they'll make at half time. Here we have him doing a terrific battle with McCarthy, and as you can see, he's just controlling it nicely.
We definitely saw him playing that role a lot more in the first game, but for whatever reason, seems to have changed a little bit, but we'll see if they revert back to that, either during this half or hopefully after half time.
You mentioned Mallows a little earlier, Ben. You actually teammates with him, and his improvement is just exponential. Every game he plays, he gets better and better.
Yeah, definitely. And as you said, I have the very lucky to share the field with him every week for Western Sydney, down in our Sydney comp, and every week he just gets better and better, and he's actually worked himself into the starting lineup at our club. So that's really hats off to him after first year of playing, Premier League level, and he's really, really going to be a future star of this sport. Not only for Western Sydney, but definitely I think for potentially even the green and gold in the future as well. Solid defence there from Victoria.
McCarthy's working those corners well. He's seeing Kilby angled slightly, so he's just deflecting that for the more promising corner.
Now, WA have been quite smart here, and they're actually switching up who is taking their corner kick and leaving McCarthy open for the shot.
That's a nice hit.
And beautifully saved by Jules North Coombs. Oh, Mellows with the beautiful leave. Evans, however, reads him. Mellows with the breakaway. Mellows, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Needham comes out. And once again, just the composure that Dylan Needham is showing at the back there really, really is important for any kind of team sport, especially something like pouch of football, isn't it, Tristram?
Absolutely, and that faith in your keeper for all the other teammates gives them so much more freedom to attack the ball and do what they need to do. Is we see Mallows push hard.
Once again, stifled though by Needham. Mellows again with the ball against McCarthy's 1-on-1, and
Caceres has got to move out of the way. A bit of contact in back play, but McCarthy's had a terrific run up the sideline.
And it's gone out for a WA ball. Just a little less than 6 minutes to go here for the first half. WA leading 3-1. Mellows with the clearance. Oh, very close to a 2-on-1 there. Play is allowed to resume.
That's a nice play by Mallows.
Saw the opportunity there to swing at it, and he did. Bit of a 2-on-1 there again, and once again, play is left to resume. Wait, no, sorry. Referee was playing advantage. A great advantage there played by the referee. But one thing I must say, Tristan, seen even just on the first half of play, the referee's a really bit of a fan of playing advantage. How does that affect the flow of the game?
I think it's important for teams not to have too many stoppages. I mean, if it's a stoppage just for the sake of it, it sort of kills the momentum. So where possible, you want that momentum to continue for the attacking team, especially when they haven't done anything wrong. So as a player, you definitely appreciate that ability to continue attacking, even if the opposition has committed a foul.
Once again, here we have WA. Very, very dangerous position on the edge of the box from a sideline hit in. McCarthy sizing up Newman, far post. Oh, he's gone for the gap, and Craig Kilby saved it. Newman finishes it. Oh, a bit unfortunate there from Victoria. The ball deflected out from in between North Coombs, as we can see here on replay. Beautiful free kick there by McCarthy. Kilby runs it into North Coombs, and the ball rolls out for quite an easy tap in there from Newman. And we now have the score WA 4, Victoria 1, with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock.
I think they're looking at making a change now.
And there's a change, and
Craig is coming off.
And just for those of you who are new to Pouch of Football, Tristan, can you just explain what the attendant there has just helped Victoria do in their change?
Yeah, so we obviously have the 2-on-1 rule in power chair football, which means that one player from each team can only compete for the ball at the one time, and if a second player comes in, it's then a foul. The only exception to that is when the goalkeeper is in the box with a fellow defender. So as we can see now, Dylan Needham is going to get in the box, and no 2-on-1 with Rebecca Evans behind. She'll have to back out now as he leaves the box, but that move changes the goalkeeper and allows that defensive reset, which Victoria are probably looking for.
And hence, both Needham and the Victorian goalkeeper in a different colour shirt to the rest of the team.
So it looks like they've now switched Mallows to centre, and Jules North Coombs is playing goalkeeper on the line, so less aggressive than Needham. We see a fantastic run by Rebecca Evans down the wing. Great pass. And such a close.
So unlucky there from WA. There was a bit of confusion there, I think, from Victoria with the change that you previously just mentioned. No one seemed to get in the box with North Coombs there.
No, and again, we mentioned earlier that we love to see Mallows take a bit more of a defensive position. And so hopefully he can work with Jules in that box a little bit more. And here we go.
Released there by Newman. And he's gone out for a corner kick to WA. So here we go. Here's the first test for North Coombs and Mellows defending in the box together. We have Newman on the near post and Evans setting up here at the far post. McCarthy with a shot. Hits the post. Play on.
Now, technically, I don't think McCarthy's allowed to do that second touch off the post, but maybe it just clipped North Coombs' back wheel to allow him to take another shot at it.
So Tristram is referring to there, on any dead ball situation, the one player cannot hit the ball twice in a row. Oh, bit of heavy contact there by James North Coombs and Newman from WA. And the referee has gone against Newman in that. Quite an interesting decision there.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky. It looked like both players went in quite hard, but the rest made the call, and this brings Mallows back into action.
Oh, McCarthy with a Beautiful intercept there. And George North Coombs, oh, very, very unlucky. Almost got caught out there.
I'm sure he'll say Bentley had it covered the entire way, never any doubt.
Well, all good goalkeepers do, don't they, Tristram?
Well, as watchers of our previous game would have seen, I'm not a very good goalkeeper, so...
And I think we are almost here at half-time. It's on the referee's clock. But potentially just a few seconds of stoppage time added due to the early substitutions and goalkeeper change. Just North Coombs with the goal kick. Beautiful contact there to McCarthy. And there we have it, half-time. And we have WA leading Victoria 4 goals to 1. Please stay tuned for the second half coming up. And welcome back to the start of the second half between Victoria Pouch Football and Western Australia. The score is WA 4, leading Victoria to 1 goal. Trisham, where do you think Victoria need to make changes to get back into this game?
I think we saw the change at the end of that first half where Mallows took a little bit more of a defensive role, and as we can see now, he's on the ball again, and that was him taking the ball from the centre. As the ball squeezes out,
we have Needham. Needham against Mellows. Dylan. Against James Northcliffe. Dylan with a shot, and what a goal! Whoa, again, Tristram, what a goal again from Needham.
Absolute length of the field goal. He takes it wide, and a lovely narrow shot straight into the defender's guard and ricochets in. That's brilliant, brilliant heads-up play by Needham.
And once again, Victoria all at sea there with their defence. Goalkeeper was out. 2 defenders in the box, which is a big no-no. Led to a 5th goal. Here we have Jason Lewis. Jason Lewis, who has moved to the chin control in the last few months, playing for WA.
See another shot by Jules Northcombe,
and it's gone out
there as well. But just on that, Ben, you recently adapted your chair to drive with the chin control as well. What sort of difference did that make for you, and what do you think it can help Lewis with his game?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, like, we're quite sort of similar. We don't have a lot of sort of arm or shoulder movement, so I think for me, the difference was really in the change of direction, as well as like the one-on-one jostles, not really having my hand fall off. A few times my hand actually fell off during the games, and you really couldn't play as hard as what you needed to, especially to play at this kind of level. So changing the chin control was definitely the best thing that I definitely made.
And we should clarify there as well that for those that aren't familiar with power chair football, there is a classification system. So you and I are both P1s, which means that our hands, well, myself, still driving with a hand control, and for yourself when you were previously, if they get knocked off, it's quite difficult to get them hands back on the control. So
exactly. Well, myself, once my hand is off, I can't put it on independently at all.
We see a lovely set-piece opportunity for Rebecca Evans.
Gives a shot. Tees up Newman, beautifully saved there by Jules Northcombe. We actually have the 2 Northcombe's brothers in the box defending right now. Let's see if they can do a bit of a Mark and Steve Waugh comeback.
Yeah, they're going to be needing to shore up that defence a little bit, but, you know, it's not beyond them. They had a good season last year at the National Champs, and we should also say that 2 of their regular teammates are currently in Italy, so they're not able to be here today. So Jules very much taking on a leadership role with the Victorian team.
For sure. And despite what the results may be, it could be really could be the start of developing his game into the next level.
Yeah, we can see him taking that centre position more and more, and that's a wonderful defensive clearance.
Wonderful. Once again, Needham with a very, very attacking position as goalkeeper.
And he's won the ball as well.
And I think the WA coach here has signalled for a substitution. Newman is coming off, and we have number 95, Anthony Ambrosini, coming in, I think, for his first minutes here at the national title.
And what is amazing, Ben, is the absolute variety of wheelchairs here. We've got the strike forces, as well as a number of guys using day chairs, but we've also got the brilliant Panther being used at this competition, which, we see a close opportunity here. Close to a 2-on-1, Anthony battling. And it's not
Jason
out.
with a beautiful front guard shot there, quite simple. Tristan, back to the Panther.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic to see it in person this week because it is a wonderful chair that is quite manoeuvrable when you compare it to the day chairs. They're a little bit slower, so the Panther, like the Strike Force, do have that manoeuvrability and that long guard, which does get a little bit of, quite a lot of power behind it. So it's definitely helped grow the sport within Australia and New Zealand. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And WA once again are pushing here for yet another goal with a very attacking corner. WA leading 5-1. Evans with the corner. To Lewis with the tap on. Oh, and unfortunately Ambrosini just ran a little bit too early there.
Yeah, the ball scuffed off the guard ever so little that it was quite difficult to Anthony to readjust, but
it was. I don't think I've ever heard of the ball scuffing off a guard.
Oh, look, whenever there's an opportunity to be pretentious, apparently I take it. So
I must agree. I must agree. No qualms though. No qualms with this, Tristram.
No qualms.
No qualms whatsoever. We hang out too much.
For the listeners at home, Ben and I are quite good mates. So we apologise if there are a few inside jokes.
And here we have, once again, back to the live action. We have Jason Lewis with the chin control, taking free kick. Beautifully placed free kick there by Lewis.
Fantastic.
Oh, quite attacking by Jules North Coombs. And as we previously were mentioning with Jules North Coombs taking a bit of a different role within his team, we can really see this with Lewis as well, with taking the chin control into this tournament, really allowing him to expand his game and really contribute a lot more to his WA side.
What I've seen is he's making fantastic runs far earlier, and I think that is down to the dexterity and agility that the chin control affords him.
And here we have Jules North Coombs. Oh my God, what a beautiful run there by North Coombs into Caceres. Jason Lewis, though, however, has really controlled that play quite nicely. Lewis has broken free. Caceres has come back, though. Oh, bit of contact there. What has the referee ruled? The referee has ruled against Caceres, the Greek god of Victoria.
And if that doesn't catch on, I'm going to be very disappointed, Ben.
If that doesn't catch on, I don't know what will. I don't know what will at all. Maybe these beautiful uniforms from the referee look like big bananas. Guess we are in Queensland, aren't we?
Ah, you're a funny man.
There we go.
But they are quite, it is quite a vibrant yellow, that's for sure.
Indeed it is. And here we have WA once again attacking. Jason Lewis going to take the corner kick here. Where will Evans set? It looks like we have Ambrosini going to the near post.
I really like WA's variation on set picks. They're really mixing it up, which is putting a little bit of uncertainty into Victoria's defensive structure. Indeed it is. What a free kick to by Lewis. Evans back to... Oh! Oh, and we have some contact there. Unfortunately, gone against WA. Tristram, when two chairs collide like that, for the people at home, especially the ones who are not in wheelchairs, what does that feel like? It's got a lot of pressure going through the body. What some might not realise is that these chairs are specifically built for court use. So, you know, there's as far as I know, not a lot of suspension. None at all. So when you do make that contact, it does send a shock through the body, but that's the payoff for having such a fantastic, absolutely amazing manoeuvrable wheelchair. Indeed. Victoria have stifled WA's attack there for the moment. Lewis playing quite a deep role here today. That's a lovely steal by Caceres. Lovely. The Greek god of Victoria. Up against McCarthy. McCarthy tries to make a run. Lewis with the run. Oh! 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 What contact? And are we seeing a card Showing
And we have the first yellow card of the titles coming up, and it has gone to Jason Lewis of WA.
We're seeing the attendant come onto the court to assist in repositioning, and this goes to that notion that once, you know, when these chairs do make contact, it can be quite a
Physical.
shock, and absolutely.
And I think this really, like, as you can see, Lewis is now being attended to as well. I think, really, unlike other sports, Tristram, the roles that the carers, the attendants, the families have to play for these athletes, Tristram, how you know, without them, what would this sport be?
They make this sport possible. Without them, we wouldn't be able to travel. We wouldn't be able to get ready in the morning just to get to sport. So it's very much a large exercise in putting these events together, and the carers are very much central to that.
Indeed they are.
I feel, Ben, that Victoria's defensive structure has become far more on song in the second half. They're holding out WA a little better than the first half.
I feel that too. I think it is only 1-0 since the start of the second half, and we are 12 minutes in here.
But we see McCarthy battling on the sideline.
And we have a corner kick. Now, Trisham, you've played your 2 games today. How did you feel your 2 games went?
Yeah, well, we had a wonderful tussle in the first game, Ben. New South Wales versus Queensland, which we see our missed opportunity there, but the second half in our game was absolutely fantastic. One of the best halves I've played in recent memory. So that certainly got rid of the cobwebs for both sides, I think. And then we played Kiwi Red after that. And it was a good performance where we tried to work on some of our structures, but I got, as again we mentioned earlier, got put back into goals and didn't do so well. And I think this goes, again, to talking about P1s earlier. It's a bit cold here today, so for the P1s it's a bit hard to drive when it's cold. The muscles don't function as they should, but overall a good productive day, and we see Needham with another great save.
Oh, no communication there at all from Caceres or Mellows.
But what about yourself, man? How have you found today? You versed both Queensland teams.
Yeah,
your first outings.
Yeah, we did. And as you said, you know, the first game against Queensland was very, very tight tussle. But you know, you guys got the better of us. But hopefully all goes well. We might meet each other a bit later on in the tournament, and I feel the quality of the game will be much better for it, with both teams really blowing out the cobwebs, as they say. But our second game, we had quite a good victory against the Barbarian side. Our whole squad got a run as well, so it was good to see everyone sort of contribute to the victory as well. Where do you see other potential dark horses, as Abdullah Karim just rolled past me from New South Wales? But
world MVP right there, Ben.
World MVP Abdullah Karim. I mean, we call Caceres the Greek god of Victoria. Abdullah Karim is the Lebanese god of Panania.
As we can see, ladies and gentlemen listening from home.
What a goal! Sorry to
finish.
interrupt you there, Tristram, but we must call the live action as well as shenanigans. What a goal there by Evans. On replay here, we have McCarthy up against Jules North Coombs. Lovely cutback there by McCarthy. Evans jogging on the spot there. Beautiful front guard tap in.
Such a tidy finish. And I had the fortune of commentating WA's previous game today, and have to say Rebecca Evans, at her first national championships for parachute football, is definitely a star of the making as well. She's put in some fantastic shifts today, and that's just reward for some great effort.
Yes, indeed. What a beautiful through ball there by, I think it was McCarthy, if I'm not mistaken. And unfortunately, though, Ambrosini could not get on to the end of that. But just with 5 minutes to go here, we have WA leading Victoria 6-1. Trisham, in the last 5 minutes here, what are Victoria really wanting to get out of this last 5 minutes?
Oh, what a shot by McCarthy. I think Victoria, I mentioned it earlier, they just really want to get that defensive structure in place, because when they do get up the other end of the park, we've seen that they're capable of finishing those chances. So if they get that solid base in defence, I think it would definitely put them in good stead for the rest of the tournament.
Indeed. And it really looks quite concrete now that WA are going to pick up their first points of the day. Really going to be a quite massive confidence booster, isn't it, for them for the rest of the tournament?
Absolutely. I think this is going to inspire them a little bit to know that they can score the goals, because their attack was not quite clicking in their first game, but the attack is definitely on song now as we see another goal kick.
Switching up here, Matt Mellows now taking the goal kick away from Jules North Coombs.
That's a great change. I've been advocating it, getting Mallows
all game
more into the action.
Let's see if we can get a bit more penetration behind the ball there. Oh, McCarthy. McCarthy has really just been on everything today.
He has
absolutely everything.
Absolutely wicked spin kick when he unleashes.
And to think McCarthy actually missed out on making the Queensland side.
Yeah, and this is the great benefit of WA sort of having him loaned out from Queensland. He's getting that experience, and he's definitely going to push for future selections. We see Justin Newman. What a goal. What a
finish. Clinical. Absolute clinical finish there by number 76, Newman from WA. Here we have on replay McCarthy once again. Just tees it up. And Tristan, what a finish.
It was a very tidy finish, and I think Craig was just ever so slightly over the goal line, which impeded Jules' run across, but it wasn't to be. And
I must say, on second view there, Victoria did look slightly disorganised once again in defence. But WA can only take their opportunities once presented, and they have certainly done that today in this match.
That's a nice option by Julesy going for territory, and an unlucky ricochet off Mallows there.
Referee with a lovely banana-looking jersey on, placing the ball. Mellows challenging.
I love the patience of these players. They're just not rushing anything. They're waiting for their opponent to make the first mistake as we go across court. Jesse getting around it.
Now, Trisham, you're quite an experienced poucher footballer and sportsman in your own right. You know, when you're at, unfortunately, the wrong side of the scoreline, as Victoria are today, what are you thinking in the closing minutes?
I think for me the importance is to get the communication back up. Usually when you get a couple of goals behind, the communication lapses somewhat and people drop their heads, but if you can get that chat back up, I think that leads to solid defence.
Indeed. And McCarthy gone for a pop there at the near post.
He's done that well all day. He's, I think, fourth or fifth corner that he's got.
Solid. Let's see if Victoria can line up.
I'd love to see Ambrosini make the run early here.
Here we go. Newman to McCarthy. Oh! Not quite there. Ambrosini just needed to react a few seconds earlier there. Potentially could have had his first goal.
Yeah, I think the way that McCarthy set up, the only way that ball was going to go was to the post. So that's good analysis for them to look over after the game and figure out how they can make the most of those chances.
And I guess this is the quite exciting thing about us being live streamed here today. You know, the teams are going to be able to go back to their accommodation and really, really look and analyse what's been happening, aren't they? Along with the referees with their banana jerseys, aren't they? So it's just exciting for everyone, Tristram.
Yeah.
Just this whole streaming, isn't it?
This has been obviously the first national championships that have been fully live streamed, and for the players, for people at home, it's promoting the sport, allowing people to analyse games, figure out what they could have changed, what they could develop, and there's definitely going to be a few sessions tonight by all teams, I think.
Indeed. I know our coach has already booked us in for one, so could be a long one. And there we have it, full time. We have WA with a resounding victory over Victoria, 7-1. Once again, that is WA 7 beating Victoria 2-1 goal. Tristram, how do you sum up that game?
I think WA really started to make the most of their territory in possession and had some very clinical finishing, which put them in stead. And I still think there's opportunities for Victoria to solidify that defence moving forward. The scoreline was a little bit of a blowout, perhaps unfairly, but I definitely think that Victoria can take a little bit of confidence out of that, especially in the second half where their defence was far, far stronger and more resolute.
Definitely. And once again, wrapping up here, WA beating Victoria 7-1. Thank you for everyone for joining us live streaming today. Please join us tomorrow for the International Day of People with Disability 2018 APFA Championships. Thank you and goodbye.